YouTube, Predaplant is back, and they're back with new pendulums and fusions. So first we have Predaplant Bufolicula. So this pendulum monster allows you to fusion summon using its pendulum effect, and when it's sent to the pendulum zone, you get to add any Predaplant from your extra deck to your hand. And then we have Predaplant Triantis. This allows us to fuse using cards in their pendulum zone, hand, or field. And then Triantis has its very broken effect that Triantis, when it's sent to the pendulum zone, can place Predator counters on every monster equal to the amount of monsters used for its fusion summon. No, not for fusion summon, up to the monsters you control. So really, really good. Triantis is really disgusting, and it's not once per turn, and it's part of what makes this deck really insane. So, on to the fusions. We have Predaplant Triphyoverutum. Again, I'm terrible with these pronunciations. Just please bear with me. Basically, it gains attack equal to the amount of monsters with Predaplant counters on it. So, all their monsters that have Predaplant counters on it, or yours, it will gain those monsters' attack, which is really important because this thing can get massive. Also, when your opponent special summons a monster from the deck, you tribute, when your opponent special summons a monster from the deck while you control it, you can negate it. Now, again, this is only inherent summons. It says when. So if your opponent were to activate an effect that special summons something from your extra deck, something like Excel Synchro Stardust that you could not negate. But something like an Inherent Synchro, Exceed, that you can negate. A Fusion Summon, no, unless it's a Contact Fusion, so it's not as useful, but it could still negate something and be okay. Also, if your opponent controls a monster with Predaplant counters, you can special summon this card from your graveyard. But the main use of this is an OTK machine. This thing is used to OTK your opponent, and it's really good at doing it. Next, we have the new boss monster, Starving Venom Predapower Fusion Dragon. So this card is absolutely is good. I wouldn't say absolutely insane, but it's definitely good. So basically, when a card or effect is activated, you tribute one monster on the field with Predaplant counters, and then negate that activated effect. Also, if this fusion summon monster is sent to the graveyard, you can target any dark monster in your graveyard and special summon it. So really, really good. Any dark monster, you can bring back any of your Predaplants, or yes, if you summon this thing in Orcus, technically you can revive a hard part, but that's never happening. Next, we have Greedy Venom Fusion Dragon, and this is a brand new monster, which allows you to target any face-up monster in the field, negate its effects, and reduce its attack to 0. And if it dies, you can blow up every monster on the field, and then banish a monster from your graveyard and special summon this back. Now, these are the brand new cards. One other one I want to go over is the Trap, and that is Predaplanning, which allows you to send one Predaplant from deck to grave, give all your opponent's monsters Predator counters, and then when you fusion summon, you can banish it from your graveyard to destroy a card in the field. Anyway, here's the deck profile. I have all the cards listed. From if you're wondering about what the other Predaplants do, I'm going to link a video in the description below. Peace. On to the gameplay. Okay, so here is the combo tutorial. Now, there's a lot of variations depending on the hand you have. Some could start off with Scorpio. Some could start off with just searching Biblis. In this case, we opened up Predator Practice, so I'm going to show you how to get to the main combo line, and you're going to end on a very good build. And this deck does have some really solid follow-up to it. So let's go on and show you the combo. So first things first, in this case, because we opened up Practice, I'm going to start by searching Saraceniate. And then I'm going to go Predator Practice to summon Saraceniate.
I activate the spell card, Predator Practice.
Now, then I'm going to pick up by Bufolicula. Yeah, I'm going to search Bufolicula here. And then I'm going to activate Bufolicula and scale Triantis. Now, we can fuse our scales here. And then we can go ahead and fusion summon Ambulum Melodus. Then we're going to activate. Now, if your opponent would have a negate for your Ambulum Melodus, you could chain block it here. Now, we can make all of our monsters 1. Now, if we had the God Hand here, we'd be able to make Robin as well, but we had to start off with Practice, so we're not going to be able to do that, which is fine. So at this point, you're going to go ahead and be able to pick up any card from Ambulomellis. You're going to pick up your Predaplanning. And then we're going to tribute our Saracenia, which is going to allow us to summon our Cobra out of the deck. Then Saracenia will be able to search your other trap, which is going to be your Predaplanning. And then you're going to get your Recycling Plant here. Recycling Plant's going to activate, discarding your Predaplaning.
I activate a field spell.
And then we can fuse these two off into our Starving Venom Fusion Dragon.
From my hand, I activate my spell card. My plans have never been more pure.
Then we're going to activate our skill, which is going to summon Dragostapelia for free. And then add our Cyto Super Poly in this deck. Then we can activate our Fusion Substitute. Draw a card. Okay. And now what we could do is we could set 1, set 2. And if you have Predaplants, you could set 3. Whatever else you want to set, you can. Cosmic, whatever. Alright, let me go over the waves of disruption for this field. This is a negate. This is 1 disruption. This can modulate levels depending on whatever the matchup is. If you go up against something like, I don't know. Let's say you go up against something like Sword Soul. This could be a 2nd disruption there. Regardless, this will be a 2nd disruption once this gets in the graveyard, because once you fuse off, you'll get a pop on the field. So that this can become 2, maybe 3 disruptions. But this is a guaranteed 2nd disruption. Predaprime Fusion is a super poly. You can make whatever the heck it is, Trifomordium using it. You can even summon this on the field as well if you have another Predaplant that you drew into. So that makes an easy super poly target. So that's 3. Yeah, so 3, 4 disruptions essentially. And this isn't the God Hand either. So yeah, this is about 3 to 4 disruptions. Predaplants can be a 5th, depending again. Oh, and yeah, I should also bring up, yes, this is about 3 to 4 disruptions. Also, if you wanted to, instead of taking their monster, you could also fuse off your own to go into your, Starving Venom Predapower Fusion Dragon, which is also an Omni Negate, which will be potentially, like I said, a 4th or 5 disruptions here. And this isn't the God Hand. If you have the God Hand and you are able to open up Biblis too, then you could have access to Robin. And then Robin would allow you to essentially have like up to 6 disruptions on the field at one given time. So yeah, really, really good. But also really, really defensive. Because we have Predaplant in our graveyard, we can also fuse in the battle phase, gain access to Saracenia, a 2nd one. As you see, I didn't get to the end phase. Well, unfortunately we can't add Saracenia back here because we didn't get to fuse off with it. But in this particular case, you'll still end with 1 Saracenia in hand. In this case, with the hand we open, we can end with like Saracenia on the field, protect it with our Predaplants in the graveyard to really get really defensive and make it hard for them to kill us anyway.
Now's the time. I summon a monster in attack position. With this,
I guess I can try a little hard.
And then I'll just kill him here.
Let's battle! Dragostapelia!
That's exactly what I was waiting for. My monster's effect
One
activates.
final strike to finish him!
Now, I don't skill here. You're going to say, well, why did you skill for the free body? The reason why is because I want to threaten Phoenix first. If I skill for the free body, Dragostapelia is not going to threaten anything on this field. It's just going to get banished. So I want to force Phoenix, and I want to see if he'll disrupt me before I get to his circle. So we're going to activate our Darlington Cobra, our Biblis to search. And also this plays better into Droll by doing it this way. He does have the Droll and Lockbird, which generally kills Predaplant, but we play right around it. So we're going to discard our Substitute. He does have the Mourner too. And at this point, you're probably saying, uh-oh, now what? He allows me to Pendulum. So he does wait it out. And now we make Ambulomellis. Okay, so now he has an Omni Negate here and IP Masquerena. So this is technically a 5th disruption. So he summons Illusion, which will banish any card in the field.
I activate Dark Magical Spell.
Banishing the Ambulomelodus.
I activate Magician's Rod's effect.
Now he gets to summon Dark Magician. And now he has an Omni on the field as well. He does not negate.
Fusion summoning Starving Venom.
I activate Magician's Combinations effect. The great Dark Magician
Okay.
is a disciple who can more
So now we're back here. He's going to summon Dark Magician Girl, negating our Venom Dragon.
I'm going to get.
And now we're going to skill.
I set the pendulum scale.
And now we have our Predapower Fusion.
I activate a field.
Remember, even if he negated on our Chlamydia Sundew, we still could have searched with our field spell to get a search, because he knew we had that hand, so that's why I didn't want to negate Chlamydia Sundew. Now, because we got the Venom, we can summon, and now we get to put a Predator counter on this,
I activate my spell.
and we get to make Triphyoverutum.
Triantis' effect activates when it's used to.
We get to make Try again, and then we're gonna Predaplanning, Pruning, revive back our Dragostapelia attack, and that is game. Alright, 9k, 11k life point raw. How do we win? Easily. So we're gonna fuse off, we're gonna pendulum summon first. Our Biblis and our Saracenian. Then we're gonna use Bufolicula to fuse into Ambulomelodus. Giving Triantis to give counters to everything, and then Bufolicula to add back Triantis. He will negate. With Droplet, but then we keep going. We activate Fusion Recycling, discarding our Saracenian. And then we are going to fuse off. Arise! Starving Venom Fusion Dragon! Now Venom Dragon's going to hit the field. We're going to activate and add the Predaplanning, summon the Biblis into Phoenix. We're going to return Ambulomelodus. And then we're going to skill for our Dragostapelia. Revive back our Orthoscorpio. Scale our Triantis. He uses Guardian Slime, but that's okay. We have Dragostapelia to negate it. Now we can clear it. Attack for 28. And judging on what you've seen, you already know what's coming next. We are going to summon we're going to summon Triphyoverutum. And now Triphyoverutum is going to attack directly, and Ra is dead through 7700. Alright, so we're going to skill for Biblis. We're going to use Chlamydia Sundew in this case, and we're going to make our Ambulo. We're going to add our Predaplant, like I showed you going first. We're going to summon our Darlingtonia Cobra to get our Fusion Recycling Plant. Then we're going to get our Substitute, activate Pruning, revive back Ambulomelodus. And then we're going to fuse into Starving Venom. Then we're going to go ahead and skill for our Dragostapelia. Activate Substitute to bounce back, setting 2 back row. And taking back our Chlamydia Sundew.
That's it for now.
But you won't like a spell card. Bingo machine. Go! I add the card you choose.
He's going to go trade in, discard, reveal, summon alt. We're going to try to reduce it with Dragostapelia. He changed Droplet, because I tried to not make this a Blue Eyes name. I don't know how many Blue Eyes he has in his hand. All I know is that there are technically none in the grave at the moment. So I wanted to be a little bit secure on that. He's going to go ahead and pop. I'm going to allow this because I still have a good amount of defense via my trap in the graveyard and my Sarah in hand. He's going to summon Jet. And because he revealed this, now I know he doesn't have access to the ritual. Unless he searches it now, but he wants to go for Kaiba Man. Now he's going to summon. Now, some people may ask me, what if he went for the ritual instead of the Kaiba Man, right? What if he went for the ritual directly? Would it have been game? The answer is no, because I have the trap engraved. If he attacks with Jet first and deals 17 and then attacks with the ritual, I don't have to summon Saracenian. I would just activate Predaplanning in the battle step, because he can only change battle positions on declaration. So if I get to the battle step and I fuse in the greedy, he wouldn't be able to kill me at that point. Just want to clear that up. So now I'm going to make Ambulum, knowing he can't search the ritual anymore. I'm going to add back the planning back from the grave, the pruning back from the grave for follow-up. He's going to go into the Spirit Dragon. Now, you're probably going to say, why did you plant it there? Why did you make planet there? The reason why I planted it there is because I had to do it before he could threaten Spirit Dragon. Otherwise, he would be able to negate my planet in the graveyard. Now, unfortunately, we can't destroy his Spirit Dragon because he does have Jet. But we still have a load of follow-up regardless. We're going to be able to get back Limited Sundew thanks to our recycling plant. And then we are going to go off. We're going to Predapruning, revive back the Drago. He goes into Lightstorm to try to blow up our back row, but we're going to negate it with Dragostapelia. And then we are going to be able to use our Biblis to revive itself. Scale Bufolicula. And then fuse the Ambulum. I'm so sorry with these pronunciations. They're so hard to pronounce. Now, I was low on time. I could have attributed this monster if I wanted to as well, but I knew I had game already, so I just went for it. And then I summoned Triphyoverutum, Triantis' effect to give them counters, and then because Jet is negated thanks to Dragostapelia, he is done, guys. Goodbye! Because I really wanted to orchestrate what this deck does. Alright, so we're going to go Invasion. We're going to add our Predaplant Biblis. We're going to add Bufolicula to our hand, Bufolicula. And then we're going to search our Triantis with Biblis. This is full combo, so pay attention here. We're going to summon our Saracenian after normal summoning our Biblis. Then Bufolicula is going to fuse off our scales into Ambulum Melodus. Ambulum Melodus will activate, then Bufolicula, then Triantis to give us all counters. So we're going to be able to add now our Triantis back to hand, searching our Predaplanet. Then Ambulum Melodus will trigger tribute our Linkaribo for triggering Darting Totally Cobra. Adding our Fusion Substitute. Now we can fuse our two monsters off into Starving Venom. Saracenian activates, Biblis revives itself, and then we can skill for Drago. And then we can make our Ensamble. Setting 2 face down. And passing our turn. So what do we have here? We have two bounces with Robin, not negates, but 2 bounces with Robin on any special summon monster, so that's 2 disruptions. A 3rd disruption in Dragostapelia, a 4th disruption in Predaprime Fusion, a 5th disruption in Predaplanning, just for its graveyard effect. Reducing the levels could matter here because it could technically be 6 disruptions when you think about it, because we already have Drago on the field. So if we make anything else level 1, Dragostapelia will negate those monsters as well. So this is about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 disruptions. Okay, so he goes MST. He does hit our Predaprime Fusion, but unlike Super Poly, we can get that back with Ambulum Melodus. So it's better than Super Poly in the mirror in some ways. So now he goes Fusion Recycling Plant. He will be able to add his Poly from deck to hand, which is fine. He'll add his Triantis. He's going to go Predapractice into Saracenian, into Bufolicula. He's going to scare Bufolicula and scare Triantis. And then he's going to fuse into his Greedy Venom. But at this point, I bounce him. He thinks he's got me checked here, but he doesn't. So we activate. Now we wait. Now I wait to Dragostapelia until I activate Ensamble, so that way I can force his Dragostapelia out, because he's gonna have to negate me on Ensamble Robin if he doesn't want to lose his fusion. So I wait there until he uses Dragostapelia, so that way I can chain Drago, and if he had anything else, then I'd still have the trap to chain if I wanted to as well. So I go ahead and this will negate him. And then we bounce back his Greedy Venom. We still have our Robin in defense, a ton of defense that he has to play through. Now, I do make a misplay here. I should have, keep in mind this was 3 a.m., so give me a break on this one a bit. I should have negated Ambulum Melodus here. I forgot we already had a counter on Robin, but so it'd still be negated. But yeah, normally I should have chained the trap there, but still fine. I mean, technically, no, now that I think about it, it's not really a misplay because there is, if we know we're going to survive anyway, holding the trap there is still good too because then we can hold the trap from when he wants to commit and just give everything that he commits Preda counters. So it was still good to do what we did anyway. So now he fuses off our whole board into Triphyoverutum and then Predaplanning to revive, and he thinks he has game here, but he does not. We have Saracenian. Saracenian will blow up his Vending Dragon, which we don't care. Sarah will give us Fruiting for the follow-up. He attacks with Triphyoverutum, and then we summon Saracenian. And then our Predaprime will give him all counters. And then we have our Biblis Search, and he just leaves. And we still hadn't even used our Predaplant in the graveyard. If we did, then we could have banished our planning to pop his fusion recycling plant, so we wouldn't have been able to add back and denied any additional follow-up that he had. So we more than had game there. That's the video. I hope you enjoyed it. I want to do B-Trooper next to Cog with the new fusion. I want to try out the new fusion. And I do want to try out Icy's Adamantipator deck to Cog as well, which I will try out as well. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like, comment, subscribe if you did. Ton more Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh content coming. I had to delay it a bit because I had to order a brand new refrigerator because my refrigerator went to bed and said goodbye. So yeah. But peace, guys. Bye, YouTube.